Am I the asshole for gossiping with my mom about my brother's fiance about her potentially lying about giving birth? I, 22, have an older brother, John, 32 male, who has been with his fiance, Jane, 30, for about 4 years. They have a 4 month old. Jane found out she was pregnant at 5.5 weeks and immediately called my mom to tell her. Mom was confused, but still very excited. Jane said she was going to tell John when he got back from his work trip a few hours later. She called again sobbing, saying she has unstainable cravings. Mom made a joke like, isn't it a bit early for cravings? And Jane went off on her. She started yelling about how this was her pregnancy and no one else's. It was an odd reaction. She also apologized for her outburst by blaming it on the hormones. When my brother returned from his trip, him and Jane left to stay at her mother's, and we didn't see her until after the baby was born. John said this was because Jane was afraid of losing the pregnancy and wanted to be with her mom, and we needed to respect the boundaries. Whenever someone would ask about Jane or the baby, they would shut it down with vague answers like every pregnancy is different or she's carrying small, which isn't unusual. They barely shared anything about the pregnancy. No ultrasound pictures, no baby shower, and Jane didn't want anyone around during the delivery. I also discovered that every craving she listed came from one article about pregnancy cravings. She even listed multiple items in the same order as the article. Oh, you was doing some research, huh? When the baby was born, we were finally allowed to see Jane and John and the baby, of course. It was a bittersweet, as we all wish could have been there for Jane to help out. But Jane and John both reassured us that we did help out by staying away during the pregnancy. The weirdest part though is how Jane describes the birth. She claims she had an epidural via IV drip into her hand. Edited because I didn't elaborate, which is not how these are administrated. When I asked clarifying question, thinking about how she had gotten confused, which is understandable, she shut down and refused to answer. How was she during how she was during the pregnancy. She said the baby had latching issues because he was born with no umbilical cord stump. This can technically happen, but it is rare and fatal medical condition that their baby does not have. The final straw was when she told us that the baby basically fell out of her within an hour of being in labor. Despite my brother telling us how hard the birth was and even stating that's why we weren't going to try for any more kids, Mom is on the same side as me and has been noticing these inconsistencies and inaccuracies, but doesn't know how to bring it up. And their reactions don't help. A few days ago, my brother texted my mom saying her doubt of Jane is disrespectful and they both want full apologies from the both of us for bullying Jane about her pregnancy/labor. I haven't made any outright accusations about it, nor have I said anything to Jane. I only ask questions when she brings the birth pregnancy up. Am I the asshole for having doubts? Um, I ain't gonna lie, it sounds a little weird. Where's the pregnancy photos? Like, even if you don't want like people to be around you during your pregnancy, like, where's your baby bumps? Like, where's your pregnancy photos? Like, where, baby shower, which is fine. Some people would not prefer baby showers or whatever the case may be, but where's like the little things that you want to remember your pregnancy by? Like, and you don't have to prove anything to anybody, honestly. But the word for word cravings in the articles is a little weird. The way she described the epidural, because you don't get an epidural in your hand, you get it through your spine and your back, if I'm not mistaken. So that was also a little weird. Yeah, the whole epidural in the hand thing, that's not how they administer an epidural. Like, you sit up. It's like a spinal tap. If anyone knows what a spinal tap is, like, you literally sit up with a pillow in front of you and they go back there. So the whole epidural in the hand thing was a little weird. I don't know. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's her pregnancy and she could choose to tell who she wants to. But I will say it is a little weird giving the circumstances of like the little like getting an attitude when somebody asks you, and just being weird about it. I don't know. I don't think you're the asshole for having doubts. I feel like you can have all the doubts you want to. At the end of the day, you can think whatever you want to think. And you, like you said, you didn't clarify with her. You didn't ask her. Like, you just only brought up questions when she talked about her pregnancy or the labor or whatever the case may be. So you were only inquiring when she was telling you guys. It's not like you were just like asking questions like abruptly or whatever the case may be. So no, I don't think you're the asshole. I think you're just curious like the rest of your family is, as in your mom or whatever the case may be. So no, I don't think you're the asshole. You can have doubts all you want to. That's just your opinion, and we're all entitled to our opinion. So no, I don't think you're the asshole at all. That's funny.